the second of our recap videos from our paper lace, I'm going to use the decorative label die. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the beautiful decorative label and cut it from one of our lovely papers from the paper pack. So I'm going to take this bit here, so I want this little bit here with the gorgeous decoration. I'm going to get a couple of pieces of tape and I'm just going to tape that on. Let's tape that on just there, and then we can cut that through. So again, I'm going to just pop a piece of cut tidy on because it's very, very decorative. Where's my cut tidy gone? I've lost it. There it is. Cut tidy is there, and then we can run that through. I'm sure you're like that. You put something down in your crafty space, regardless of where it is, and you lose it, don't you? Always. So let's just pop that up. Where have all my letters gone? Ah, there they are. I have still got them. Thought for a minute I'd lost them. Right, so the next bit you need is you need the foundation die that goes around the outside. And I have just cut a card base. So let me grab that die so that you can see what I've done. And that has been cut just like we've done before, with the little bit over the top, so the folds just inside. And once that's been cut, I've then folded it in half again so that I've got an easel card. And then let's have a look. Oh, see if this decorative panel is cut perfectly. I can see that from here, look. There we go. Now, I haven't used the inner die, and that's given me the solid bit in the middle. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. I haven't had to poke anything out. Looks beautiful. So because we're doing the easel card, I've then cut that foundation layer again, and we can pop that on the front, and that's going to make my easel. You could have just gone in straight with that one if you wanted to, and that would be the easel, and then you'd have the air gap behind it, which would look really pretty. So then we can pop that on there, line that up, and that's given me my easel card. And now I'm going to pop this one onto here. So I'm going to pop this gorgeous decorative panel that we've just cut. See if I've got one there. That's not got glue on. So let's put the glue on. So we just need to, oops, we can glue all the way across here. Plenty of glue in the middle where we've got lots of space. And then a little bit of glue all the way around the edge. There is always gluing spaces. Might not be big, some of them, but there will always be gluing spaces. And that's what you need to, they think about when they're starting to design any die going forward. It's making sure it's usable, which you'll always find with your tattered lace dies. There we go. That's my paper lace, got one on there. And that's the label detail. There we go. Right, let me just put my glue gun back on. So we've got the front. So we also need to remember to decorate the inside. So I have then used my lovely foundation dies. So these are your foundation dies, and they're exactly the same shape, but then they go down in all the smaller sizes. So I've used some of the smaller ones to cut me some mats and layers for the inside. So we can pop these on, but also what I've done on this one, look, it's just trimmed off the top because of the fold. So we can pop that over there, nice bit of glue, make sure it goes right to the edges. Oh, hair's tickling my face, and that will then go on to there. There we go. Oops, I've just put a bit of glue on my sticky hands. And then we're going to do the same with the decorative paper. So we've got the same decorative paper that we've got on the front, so that we've got that sort of synergy between the two layers. And that's going to go on there, cover up that glue mark I just did. There we go. Isn't that looking gorgeous? Perfect how you get that lovely border all the way around. So now we've got that, we can come back to the front. So what I've got is I've taken the decorative detail from the middle, and I'm going so I've got the foundation detail and also sort of the icon. Isn't that gorgeous? I think this one's going to come out lots. I think it's going to be a real key one because it's just, I'm thinking of all my fleurs, projects that I make, this one's just going to look lovely with your flowers on. It's just going to be a staple die that you're going to use all the time. So a little bit of glue on there, and then that fits onto its foundation layer just like that. It's gluey, but never mind. Right, so what I've done is I've just put tape onto half of that, and that will then pop just across there. So we've now created a different sort of shape. So we've broken up the edge of the card. Oh, sticking to the table. And what I've also got is I've also got some of the smaller ones, and I'm going to put my sentiment on there so we can pop that like that. But what we need to do first is we need some flowers, and I'm just like we did in the last project. Oops, I've got flowers all over. We're just going to build up a gorgeous display of our flowers. So let's just come all the way up here. Let's just think on what we're going to do first. Mustn't forget the foliage, and I want this to come over that lovely element there. Got a couple of bits here and another one there. Break it up with a little bit of the peach. Now this, you see, I haven't even cut out of the charisma. I've just cut out of green because I just thought it would look really nice. You don't always have to use the charisma. How about like that? That's going to look nice, isn't it? So let's just glue that down. So I'll just move that down a little bit so it's still in roughly in the right order. So we can put that down. Put two there. Oh, whatever, that's got tangled up. Look, there we go, that's what I wanted. So we can then come across here. So it's catching in that glue, look, that's what I was thinking. Let's go across there. Another little piece just there, and then these ones that don't have the decoupage on but they look equally as pretty, and then another pink one. Let's tuck in a bit more foliage. There we go, and a little bit on this side. Can you see how easy it is to build up these? You don't have to, don't overthink it, don't worry about how it's going to look, because believe you me, it will look right. It always does. The flowers are so pretty, it's just impossible to go wrong. So there we go. Bit less than we did on the last one. And so that means I can now do my sentiment. So I've got this, so we could put your sentiment down here, but I'm going to actually put it across here. And all I've done is from my gorgeous alphabet, I have cut out the word mum. So let's just pop that one on there first. That's going to go on there. Now I'm actually going to stick this straight onto the card because that's going to help me with my spacing for my word. There we go, that's stuck down there. Get this tape off. There we go. Tuck that in there. Do like that with just sort of framing on there. So now I've got my sentiment and I can start here. Now the capitals are quite big, so you will need to think about your spacing. So I can pop my M there for my mum. And again, can you see the colours just work beautifully? Now I need to make sure that this fits on. So that's going to go there. Yep, we're just going to just fit. How about using these like you did with your illuminated letters? So you just use one of these beautiful letters at the beginning of the sentiment, and then the rest is typed, of your sentiment is typed or stamped. All of those different ways work really beautifully. And then straighten that out. There you go, don't worry about that glue, it'll dry. So as we know, this is an easel card. So what I need to do is I need to lift it up. I need to, oops, one of my flowers is not quite caught. There we go. Work out where it's going to go. I've got a lovely bow that I've tied. Let's just stick another glue stick in there and then it will actually catch. There we go. There we are. A bit of glue. And then I can lift this up to where I want it to go. I'm going to turn that around so that you can see. There we go. And then I can pop my bow on like that. I'm just going to hold it for a minute, just while it sets. And how about that for a gorgeous, gorgeous easel card using our vintage decorative label die.